just allow whatever sensations need to come. Those are a great representation of things actually shifting, those kind of neuro pathways in your mind actually beginning to change and transform. For some of the most pivotal years of my life, tears were tucked back and hidden behind a masquerade of being tough, being a warrior, someone who could hustle, work hard, and get things done. But it wasn't until I started to get more in tune with who I really am that things took off in my business. Welcome to I Might Cry, a podcast exploring how heart, mind, body, and spirit are all deeply woven into the way we do business. With guest interviews from experts in business strategy, therapy, emotional intelligence, the human body, and so much more. I'm your host, Elizabeth Marks of Almond Leaf Studios. I've been capturing luxury weddings around the globe for decades and now have the privilege of educating others on how to build and grow profitable business doing what they love. I'm on a journey of self-discovery, of becoming more of the uniquely beautiful, messy, and complex human that I was created to be. And I want to invite you to do the same. Join me on this adventure of uncovering the walls we've built that keep us stuck in patterns of limitation so that we can journey into living life with arms and hearts wide open. Let's venture into this together. All right, on today's podcast episode, I wanted to give you something very practical that you can use when you are feeling a little overwhelmed with your to-do list. I don't know about you, but a lot of times I sit down to begin work, and this used to happen a lot more than it does now, but it still does happen where I just begin to feel overwhelmed, anxious, feeling like there's just not enough time in the day to get done what I need to. And that can begin to move into my body and creep into anxiety, feeling short of breath, not breathing deeply, shallow breaths. It kind of distracts me from being able to accomplish what I need to in the most efficient way. So I'm going to give you what I know to be one of the best tools to combat that and to bring clarity into what you need to accomplish, to simplify maybe what you need to do that day, and just to release all of that overwhelm and the anxiety that wants to linger in your body so that you can move throughout the day with like a clear mind, an open heart, and just feeling really good. So I'm going to walk you through a tapping exercise. So you're going to begin by tapping on your hand. And before we begin, if you don't know what tapping is, there is another podcast episode where I explain what tapping is. It's EFT Emotional Freedom Technique. You can learn all about it, the history, why it works, what it's doing, all of that. If you want a little history on this, I would recommend pausing, jump into that episode, listen to that, and then come back to this. You can come back to this as often as you like. All right, here we go. Tap on your hand and repeat after me. Even though I feel like there's so much that needs to get done today, and it feels like there's no way I'm going to ever have enough time to get it all done. And even though I feel really anxious about it, feel nervous about it, frustrated, it feels like no matter how hard I work, I'm just not making progress. Like every time I knock some things off of my to-do list, 10 more pile on. And sometimes it feels never ending. Sometimes it feels like I'm just going to end up spending my whole life just working myself to death. Like, really, when is the vacation going to come? When is the freedom going to come? When is that dream life of getting to just relax and enjoy my life and have plenty of income and not have to feel like I'm working all the time, working really hard? When is that going to happen? And sometimes I just feel really frustrated that it hasn't already happened. I feel really impatient. I'm just tired of waiting for that. I'm tired of working myself to death. Like, I might actually work myself to death. I'm just always so tempted to lean back into hustle, to fall back into old patterns, to wind up working till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., not treating my body with kindness. Sometimes that feels like that's the only way. Like the time has got to come from somewhere, right? So I'll just sacrifice my sleep. I'll sacrifice rest, pleasure. I'll sacrifice fun. I mean, really, like who has time for self-care anyway? And even though I get just so overwhelmed sometimes by my business, I'm willing to let things begin to change. I'm open to allowing business to be different. I'm open to receiving a different way of running my life. And even though I came into this feeling tons of anxiety, feeling completely overwhelmed, feeling a tightness in my chest, feeling my shoulders raised up high by my ears, feeling tension all over my body, I'm letting that go now. And even though I seem to always fall back into these patterns and behaviors of not enoughness, feeling like I just can't get enough done. No matter how hard I work, it's just not enough. That I'm just never making enough money to meet all of my needs. Or maybe I don't know, can't get my things together and actually move my business forward. Even though I feel really overwhelmed and anxious about all of that, I deeply and completely love and respect and forgive myself. Okay, you're going to take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And then let it go. Okay. You feel free to take a sip of water or get up and move around for a minute. It's very normal to feel a little tingling in your hand. Lots of bodily sensations can come up during this, lots of burping or yawning. Just allow whatever sensations need to come. Those are a great representation of things actually shifting, those kind of neuro pathways in your mind actually beginning to change and transform. And it's also completely fine if nothing is happening. It's still accomplishing the work that we need to do. So we're going to start at the top of the head. And I'm just going to close my eyes and kind of move through this. If you're not familiar with tapping and you're not sure where you're supposed to be tapping, you can head over to my YouTube channel and you can watch a couple of videos of me walking through some tapping sessions so you can see the different meridian points and know where to be tapping, where to be focused on things. So I'm not going to pause and kind of walk you through that on this one because I want to just really stay focused and in the moment and be really present with it. So if you're not sure, head on over there to check it out. Okay, we're going to start at the top of the head. Even though I have a lot to do today, I'm willing to believe it's possible that all the most important things will be done. And I might just be crazy enough to believe that it could actually happen with ease. That even though my list feels so long and so overwhelming right now, that at the end of the day, I'll look back at my list and what I accomplished and what I didn't. And I am so willing to be surprised and delighted. Because maybe it's more of a matter of prioritizing. Maybe there are some things on my list that actually don't have to happen today. Maybe there are some things that I could let go of. Whether that means outsourcing them, maybe hiring some help, or maybe just postponing it, that realizing that it doesn't need to get done right now today. Sometimes if I'm honest with myself, I tend to put a lot more on my plate, put a lot more pressure on myself than what I really need to. And I'm forgiving myself for that right now. I forgive myself for putting so much pressure on myself, for having expectations of myself and of my time that sometimes just aren't realistic. And I am allowing things to be different today. I'm recognizing that anxiety, overwhelm, tension in my body is actually all just a choice. It sure doesn't feel like it. And I kind of just want to say, screw that. But I'm willing to believe that something as simple as my mind transforming could allow that tension to release, could allow the anxiety to dissipate, could allow me to actually get things done. And so I look at my to-do list and all the tasks that are on it, all the big goals that I have for the day, all of the things that I wanted to get done, all the big accomplishments I wanted to celebrate at the end of the day. And I'm trusting that my subconscious knows and understands the 3 things that actually need to happen today. Not the 17 things that feel like they have to happen. Not the things that maybe feel the most urgent. Because if I'm always in a reactionary mode, then I'm never going to allow true change to happen. So instead of spending my time, my energy, my effort today on just reacting to the things that feel the biggest, the craziest, the most urgent, I'm allowing my mind, my subconscious, to show me right here, right now, what those 3 things are that really need to happen. And I'm choosing to let go of control of the rest. I'm choosing to believe that maybe it's fine for the others to not get done today. Or maybe by doing those first 3 big ones first, I'll suddenly have all this time and space and energy to get done with everything else on my list today. I'm willing to be surprised by what's possible today. I'm willing to be patient with myself if I don't get done with the entire list. Because my new marker of success for today is accomplishing those 3 big things. And I'm trusting that those 3 things are going to be a huge part of moving my business forward. Those 3 big tasks are really important to me. They're really important to my mind, my body, my heart, my business. And maybe I could give myself a little grace. And after I get those 3 done, I could go for a walk or something. Read a book. Lay out in the sunshine. Take a hammock somewhere amazing in nature. Take a bubble bath. Listen to some podcasts. Journal. Do whatever feels good to me. Wouldn't that be crazy? To actually spend part of my workday just having fun and taking care of myself. It's hard to not feel guilty for even dreaming about that possibility. I mean, I can think of so many reasons why I should use that time for something else. But maybe it's time to do business a little differently. Maybe the way that I've been doing it is just not working because I feel tired. I feel exhausted. I feel like my to-do list is just never going to end. So what do I have to lose? I mean, after all, I'm sitting here tapping my face, repeating words after Elizabeth. So, really, what do I have to lose? If this stuff works, then awesome. And if it doesn't, then I've just wasted a few minutes tapping on my face. So I'm going to look at my list one more time as soon as I'm done tapping. And I'm going to just allow those 3 things that are coming to mind right now to be the 3 things that I circle. And I'm going to get straight to work on those 3 things. And then I'm going to commit to doing something amazing for myself to celebrate that I got them done, to celebrate that business can be easy, to celebrate that I'm moving into a new season of life where business is fun and easy and it supports me. It allows my life to be luxurious. It allows me the time and space and energy I've always dreamed of. That I don't have to be a slave to my business anymore. I can allow my business to serve me. So maybe the other tasks, after I get those 3 done today, maybe I need to hire somebody to help. Or maybe they can just wait. Or maybe there's a tool or a resource that I can begin to outsource some of it to. I'm trusting my subconscious mind right here, right now, to show me the path, to allow change to take place. Because I'm changing my beliefs right here and right now. I'm no longer believing that I have to hustle hard, to work late hours, to feel stressed and anxious about my job. I'm letting that all go now. And I'm allowing business to be fun. I'm allowing business to be easy. And I'm so open and willing to receive all the good that's in store for me today. All of the joy, the beauty, the celebration. And so it is. Take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And then let it go. All right. I hope that was helpful for you. If you want to come back to this anytime, feel free. You may also, of course, use it as inspiration and just begin tapping and just see what comes up for you. I like to always begin to kind of get the ball rolling, just saying, even though, and then whatever you're feeling. So move through the hard parts first, and then you'll move to the top of the head, moving through the different meridian points, and you'll kind of talk through what you want to change the beliefs to, what the feelings are that feel difficult, and then you're transforming that to the positive. Hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think. If you've never done tapping before, DM me. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear if this is helpful and if you want to hear more like this. If you enjoyed this podcast today, do us a favor and hit subscribe and then leave us a review. If you're looking for more, you can find us at almondleafstudios.com or on Instagram at almondleaf. Remember, you are enough. You are love, you are light, and you are worthy simply because you exist.